Hi guys, welcome to day 15 of this challenge. So today we'll be looking at brand identity for your website. In the last couple of days, in the last couple of weeks, we've spoken about having your own website, but here we are now talking about how your website can stand out, how your website can portray your brand to potential clients. So let's get into it. Before then, remember to subscribe to this channel, remember to follow us on Instagram, subscribe on YouTube, make sure that you watched our old videos so that you can understand where we are coming from. So this is like a challenge now. I want you to go to your website, the website that you'll be building since we started, or the one that you have before. Go and check your color. Is this color portraying your brand well? Check. You can even use ChatGPT to ask questions. You can use all these AIs online to ask questions about color that suits your brand, and if the color is communicating your brand very well. So make sure that you do that now. The reason why we are doing this is because color sparks emotion. Color communicates to people's emotions. So if you are using the wrong color, trust me, you won't be getting the necessary clients for your website. So another thing that you need to check out is your font consistency. So you have to be sure that the font that you are using is consistent on all your websites. If you are using let me use New Times Roman as an example, to make sure that you stick to that. If you are using Monsterrat, make sure that you stick to that. Any fonts that you are using, is this Satoshi or whatever, make sure that the fonts are consistent and you are not using more than 2 fonts, because you don't want your website to look disorganized. So make sure that you check through now that all the fonts that you have aligns well, so that can be known for your brand. If you check Apple website, you can see that Apple has their own fonts, Google has their own fonts, and that is their brand identity. So you have to make sure that your font communicates who your brand is. You are not just using any fonts anyhow, but you are using fonts to communicate who you are and to attract potential clients. So what brand consistency does for you majorly is that it builds trust between you and your client. So whoever is visiting your website, they would have this confidence, they will have this belief in you that they are in the right hand. But if everything is messed up and everywhere is just looking scattered, trust me, they might never trust you. How can you achieve this quickly on Framer? What you just need to do is to leverage on the style panel in Framer or any website builder that you are using. Always make sure that you use the style panel, because the style panel helps you to document the styles that you want to use. You have to set a color styles, you have to set a font style. So you need to use the style panel very well, because this would enable consistency. You can easily pick color before, instead of you to be guessing that, okay, I think I used this particular color before, I think I used this one. You just have it in your style panel and it will be easy for you to just pick and use. So lastly is your website tone of voice. You have to understand that whether it is playful, professional or informative, you have to make sure that your website follows this tune. You have to make sure that the tune align. You can use a professional, informative voice for maybe you are doing fintech, you are doing something that requires high level of intelligence. But if you are doing something in the areas of entertainment, in the areas of fashion, in the areas of even food, you have to calm down. You have to use some light voice and not the strict one and not the professional one. You're not using the wrong tune for your brand. You have to stick with the right one. So all these things is something that you can always check online to guide you on how to go about choosing whether your tune, whether your style, whether whatever that you want to choose. So thank you for staying with us on day 15. See you on day 16 as we drop more amazing content for you to build your website on. Bye.